You think it's over now? You're wrong.
All aboard the night train.
It's over, Prime.
This is the siege.
I'm a man of my word.
Hey. Yeah. Dead or alive, consider this home. No killing the vibe in the Nightwatch zone. Xenomorphs hype when the lights come on. Hit like and subscribe and the show might blow. Go viral, no COVID. It's a spiral emotions. Hand on the Bible. Only go sign on the dopest your vitals. Better tune in, yeah, you know it's vital. From Schwarzenegger to Kane Hodder. Corey G down to Harry Potter. Shit, Sigourney Weaver, love the Nightwatch zone. Come with me to the Nightwatch zone.
Well, there are two things a man should never run from, even if they cost him his life.
Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are, Battleworld, Tuesday nights. This has become a thing. You guys know what's up. It's going to be a fun one tonight. We've got some OGs going against each other. It's going to be a lot of fun. Real quick, just giving a blanket hello to all of you guys that are here. We really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. And let's bring in the guys that are going to help get this battle on tonight. First off, let me bring in Kill. What's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm ready to rock. This is a big event tonight, and we'll talk more about that at some point. But let's also bring in our brother Eric. What's going on, man?
Hey, happy to be here. It's going to be a big one, and it's definitely going to be an interesting one. That's for sure.
It is, dude. Interesting that's putting it lightly.
Yeah,
it is putting it lightly. Real quick too in the chat before we get going proper, just to say hello to all of you guys. Rick's in the house. Good to see you, Rick, hanging out with us. Love it. Jose, what's up, Jose? Good to see you. Denisha is in the chat.
Hey.
And Val as well. All right, we got the mod squad hanging out with us. And
I like that.
Oh, yeah, that's what I call them too. They like it. Let's see who else we got. Ronan, my man Ronan, holding it down. Good to see you. Julie is in the house saying, I don't love either of these movies, but I'm still excited. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what makes this a lot of fun, is that we can talk about these movies and have some fun with it, whether we're big fans of it or not. Very cool. Thanks, Julie. And Val's making sure everybody keeps track of what they got to do. Make sure you hit the like button, share this out, all those good things. And also, if you haven't subscribed to Eric's channel, Hey Internet Eric here, make sure you do that. His link is in the description, and I'm sure we will have it in the chat.
Appreciate it.
Jose, you're right. Dog will hunt. Dog will hunt. That's right. All right. Jerry, what's up, Jerry? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. And Brandon is coming in hot. We haven't even started this thing. You're all right, Brandon. You're all right. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate all the support you give. Seriously. Saying to me, Nightmare ended with Dream Master. Dream Child has his issues, but I love the franchise as a whole. This is going to Dream Child, by the way. Okay, so we already got this is the first.
That's the first.
This is the first. We got 5 points already going to the Dream Child. All right. Brandon is like, let's start this thing off the right way. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you. We really, really do. Let's see who else. That's funny. Jason's in the chat. What's up, man? The greatest YouTube channel on earth. Yeah. Thanks, man. Maybe one day. We'll never know. What's up? Shia Rants. What's up? TCM2 is definitely better. All right. Okay. Hey, it's all right. Jerry saying hey to Killian. You're all right, Jerry. And look who's in the chat. Coriander's in the chat. What's
There
up?
she is.
Saying, hey. You're all right, babe. You're all right. And Sir James in the chat. This is we haven't
Wow.
Sir James is like TCM2 all the way. The yuppie.
You know what, Sir James? I love that. Hold my beer. Hold my beer real quick.
Yes. You guys. Now, let me just say this, because some people in the chat, they may not know why that's so funny, because we're going to be... First of all, we're introing this totally backwards.
We haven't even done the intros yet, and we already got scores on the scoreboard.
That's okay. We were setting trends. That's what happens here on the Nightwatch Zone.
See, and look, you guys with your kindness and your super chats, you've broken Night.
That's right.
This is what happened.
He's a man that wears his heart on his shoulder, and your generosity has just got him all choked up. He doesn't know what to say right now.
Well, he's choked up because both of these movies are the epitome of their franchises. Forget about Dream Warriors and things like that. Dream Child is the apex. We're not jumping the shark here.
No, and Toby Hooper definitely would not jump the shark in his second entry into a franchise, would he?
No. Well, look, since we've glitched Night, let's just do some introductions. How about that? I'll go first.
Okay, go right ahead, bud.
So look, we have the 5th entry to the Nightmare on Elm Street saga. This is the 2nd entry with our protagonist Alice, and you guys know what he does. He wears the hat, he has the sweater, he has the glove, and he's here to do damage. And this time, he wants a child.
All right.
The child.
God.
The epitome of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. Just kidding. So what about you, Eric? What do we got?
I got deep from deep in the heart of Texas. We've got a family who knows you can't waste any food. But it was also the 80s, so they also know if you can profit from it, you do it. And they figured, why not? They also know how to have a good time, whether it's listening to classic rock, seeking out the love of a good woman, or just chasing your ass down a bridge in their pickup truck. We've got Leatherface and the rest of the Sawyer family from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
All right. Okay. All right, guys. So let's get this thing going real quick. The people are jumping in. We got more people coming into the chat. Welcome to the chat. Hope you guys are doing well. Sit back and relax. We got to get these entrants into Battleworld, and here we go. There it is. There it is. All right. Okay, guys. So you know how this goes. We are going to give our points per category to the film that we think deserves it. And what I was saying earlier is for you guys in the chat, definitely let us know how you feel. But if you do a super chat, then you will give points per dollar. So we already have 5 points apiece. And we haven't even started the categories yet. That was what this is the first, right? We've never had that happen. So
to my knowledge, yeah.
Crazy stuff, man. Real quick too, before we get going. Huh?
I was saying, yeah, I think it's the first time,
chat.
People are just pumped up. That's what it is.
Right. We got Strange Monkey. What's up, Strange Monkey? Good to see you. Jesus.
Oh, here we go.
Brandon, he says fuel injection, Dream Child point. All right, so we got 2 more for the Dream Child already ahead.
We haven't even done the categories.
We haven't even started. That's all right, man. RMJ saying, Dad, let me rent TCM2 from Earl's Video at 7 years old. Yeah, we used to go to Earl's Video. That's nice. Very cool. Right, Kill?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. Okay. Nathan, what's up? Good to see you too. All right, man. Let's get ready to do this thing. We're gonna go category by category and give the points. Kill. We're gonna start off as always. We're gonna start with the poster. We're gonna talk about the poster for these two movies. So let me pull those up. We got the poster for Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child, and then of course we've got TCM 2. All right, what do you got, man?
Oh man. Can you go back to the Nightmare on Elm Street one?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Nightmare on Elm Street one. I normally don't like this type, especially from the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, but with this one, I love the whole kind of he's there, but he's not there. It's in the sky, and the whole crystal orb with the baby carriage, essentially kind of illustrating what this movie is about. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to Freddy one.
All right. Okay. How about you, Eric?
This one's pretty easy for me. I'm going to agree with Kill. I'm giving it to Dream Child. Pretty much everything he said. I especially love the little orb with the baby carriage. It's kind of an homage to the Dream Warriors poster. You know what I mean? If you remember that.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I get, the TCM poster because it's a definite change in tone, but I've never liked it, whether it's, the Breakfast Club or not. I've never liked that poster. So Dream Child.
All right. Okay. For me, this was definitely a fairly easy one because I really do appreciate the poster work for Nightmare on Elm Street. It's just got a lot of cool stuff in it. A lot of the posters for the Nightmare movies, I think, are pretty amazing looking. Back in the day when we had, the posters that were they were just more artistic, right? Even TCM2 is artistic in a way, whereas nowadays when you have horror movies, you're basically getting, the floating heads, and every star is on there and kind of posing and everything looks so just prim and proper. But yeah, for me, this was pretty easy. I had to go with Nightmare because it just looks awesome. I really think it's really cool. Jose saying Nightmare art is better, but I do love the Breakfast Club TCM as well. I hear you. Hale's in the chat. What's going on? Good to see you. Val's going with Nightmare. All right. Good to hear. Let's see. Coriander's going with Nightmare. All right. Very, very cool. And Sir James coming in with a $2 super chat saying
Hold his beer.
Poster for me. All right. So we're kind of neck and neck here. Wow. You guys, I tell you. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. And thank you so much. We really appreciate the support too. It really helps us and keeps us going, man. Keeps us going. He's coming in again. Another $2. And horror posters of today are hot trash. There you go, man.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's for TCM. I'm going to assume that. Let me know if it's not. James, that's too funny. And Coriander saying, "Are you counting mine?" Yes. So we got all of us for the Nightmare poster. All right. So Kill. Let's move on to our next category, and that's the tagline. We're going to be talking about the tagline, bro. So the tagline for TCM2 is "After a decade of silence, the buzz is back." And then the tagline for Nightmare on Elm Street 5 is "Freddy delivers."
I gotta go with the Nightmare on this one because it's funny. It does fit with the kind of the arc of this movie, and I like it. Two words, nice and simple. The buzz is back after a decade. That's like, all right, that's a lot. It's like you're trying to remind people, hey, we're still here and the buzz is back. You remember the buzz? Nightmare.
So that one didn't work, but the double play on Freddy delivers did. I love it.
Because for me, it's direct and it's also funny.
Yeah, it is. All right. How about you, Eric? What do you think?
I'm echoing everything Killian said because I do like TCM2s because it does talk about how long we've been away from the franchise, this and that. But when you literally said Freddy delivers, I had to mute. I was almost ready to mute the mic because I was starting to laugh because it fits the tone of the movie. It fits the tone of where Freddy's going. You know what I mean? Because he's not Bugs Bunny yet, but he's still MTV Freddy, and
he's almost there.
Almost, but it's
we're
also
like right around the corner from this, bro.
not yet. He's still riding skateboards. He's not pushing spikes.
Yeah, that's right.
But it's also a play on the whole dream child motif.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it does work.
All right, love it. Real quick, Gina is stepping into the ring. Can you? This is awesome. Thank you, Gina. Gina's throwing in 5 for Nightmare as well. Wow. Okay. Gina, thank you so much. Much appreciated. You know that. Before I give my 2 cents, D's in the chat. What's up, D? Good to see you. One of our channel members saying Nightmare 5. Okay, all right. Brandon's going with Nightmare 5. Rick's going with TCM. All right. Wow. Nathan as well for TCM. Wow, it's right down the middle, man. Sir James coming in again. Another $2. This is awesome, guys. It's crazy, but it's awesome. He's going with TCM. All right.
I don't want to interrupt you, but did you ever expect we'd be getting, the super chats this fast for these two going against each other?
No, I would have never ever guessed it, bro. I mean, the thing is that all the movies that we've done on these episodes have a certain, I don't know, like an emotional connection, because there's been so many classics and obviously franchises and stuff like that. But yeah, I didn't expect this. This is out of the gate. These guys are just going at it. So, okay. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. We're going to keep them counted. It's going crazy. Coriander's going with TCM. All right. There we go.
Hey, good for you.
She's like, all right. My 2 cents on this. You guys said a lot of great things, and I agree with a lot of it. I think the Freddy delivers is kind of cool in the sense that, he delivers the movie. He's awesome. He's Freddy Krueger, and of course the whole idea with the baby. But I gotta admit, man, I gotta go with TCM2 on this one, man, because first of all, is it like you said, Kill, to me, the reminder of after a decade. I'll never forget when I first saw this in the video store and I read that tagline. It caught me, because the buzz is back, the chainsaw, but also they're back, the energy and the news that, Texas Chainsaw Massacre isn't dead, so I got to go with TCM on this one. But both of them are pretty good. I will admit. All right. Real quick, so I can keep up in the chat. You guys are awesome, man. Gina says Nightmare again for Ziggy. You guys and the animals. We've had cats and ferrets. Oh my god, this is awesome.
You're gonna have a rough time keeping up with the super chats tonight. I can already predict that.
The score, it's gonna be so interesting. I love it, man. So Nightmare is definitely jumping out ahead. Brandon coming in as well, saying, "Hold my beer, Sir James. Nightmare is coming. Another $5 or 5 points, I should say, that will go to Nightmare on Elm Street 5, the Dream Child." Wow.
Just be careful. Be careful. He's shown in past times. Crazy. Don't tempt Sir James to make you hold all of his beers. You know what I mean? That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, he likes to do those last second ones too.
Exactly.
Where it's just like he just drops all the cards down. Like what?
We're closing the bar tonight,
true.
boys.
It's true, man. It's true. I love it, man. But that's what I love about doing this. It's so much fun and being interactive with everyone. So, all right, next category. This is crazy stuff, man. All right,
is Neil and Sarah? Are they here? Are they coming?
That's a good point. That's a good point. Neil and Sarah, like they became legendary because they were going head to head, man. It was crazy. That was a crazy episode. All right. So next thing we're going to talk about, Kill, is the opening. And as we know, the opening could be the first couple minutes. It could be up to maybe 10 or 15 minutes. So what's your quick take and the point that you're going to give to?
Okay. See, man, this one, I'm going to go with Nightmare on Elm Street here. for only for a few reasons. One, it's your typical, nightmare kind of start. It is. But this one, with the whole aspect of, having a kid and so forth, and more flashbacks and things of that nature, I'm just like, it feels familiar, but yet it feels newer. At least what they were trying to do with this second movie where Alice is our protagonist, and kind of okay, what are they doing with this Alice arc, and how else are they gonna like differentiate this one even more from the previous movie and even more from the Dream Warriors, for good or bad. But when it comes to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, for me, it's kind of forgettable. Just a little forgettable. So going with Nightmare on this one.
All right. Brandon, he says, Sir James, nothing like a little friendly competition, right? You guys are all right, man. Seriously. Thanks so much, man. We appreciate it. Eric, how about you? What do you think for opening?
It's like me and Killer in sync tonight. I'm going with Freddy because for different reasons, though. Chainsaw, to me, first off, it's very cringeworthy with the two victims. I want to hit the mute button every time they're cheering, every time they're harassing Stretch on the telephone. I don't care. And I think, honestly, Tom Savini's, once the head pops off, his effect is kind of sloppy. I really dig Dream Child because we get to see a little bit of backstory about Amanda Kruger, with Alice, getting attacked in the asylum. And then, Freddy, Unburn, pops up and tries to attack her. But I also like the graduation scene because we get to know the group we're going to follow. You can tell they're best friends. And I really love that little sweet scene Alice has with her dad. I didn't want everyone seeing the drunk type of thing because we have continuity from the previous movie, and it shows that they still have a bond after the last movie. So I think it's much, much stronger.
All right. Okay. Coriander is going with TCM. All right. Saying I enjoyed Leatherface taking those preppy goons out. There you go. There you go. Love it. For me, okay. Listen, both of these movies, the reason that this is interesting is because I think both of these movies kind of did a pivot of sorts, and it's really up to your own way that you're connected to them. I think that with the Nightmare opening, it's pretty good. But I don't think that I don't think it hits me the same. Obviously seeing Alice again was great, and she's caught up in the shower and then goes into this world of, seeing the birth and all that. And that was cool, but it was kind of like, with TCM, it's just kind of nuts. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of, it's like, what the hell's going on? It's wacky. It's zany. So it just kind of it's more entertaining to me. So I got to go with TCM on this one because it's just one of those openings that when I first saw it, I was just like, what the hell is going on here? And it really set me up to know that, well, this is a lot different, than what I was expecting, for good or for worse. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go with TCM. All right. Real quick, Dre's in the house. What's up, Dre? Good to see you, man. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. And Sir James is coming in.
Bar tab.
The beacon has been lit. $10 super chat, 10 points, saying TCM opening messed me up with Danny Elfman's song and the yuppie head hurt sawed off. Then when you see the back of his head cut off, I'm 13 and said WTF. Right? It messed me up too, man. Oh my God. So we got 10 points going right to TCM. This is neck and neck, guys. This is crazy as hell.
I love it.
My God. All right. So let's play a super chat or two for you guys, a clip, just have some fun. And yeah, here we go, guys.
We are going to enter a mystery wrapped up inside of a riddle, inside of an enigma. Now, remember this.
That's the stupidest fucking thing I ever heard.
There it is. And in case you forgot.
Come on, Sal. Tigers are playing. 2 9.
Never miss a game.
Much better.
Any excuse to play those two. I love it. I love it.
Never miss a game. Never.
I know. I know. Coriander's like, I know.
She loves it. She loves it. Okay, May, what's up? May's in the house.
man.
Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. And let's see, Ben saying TCM beats Dream Child on every level.
I don't know.
Wow. Well, we're gonna find out tonight, right? Rick saying Roger that, Sir James. Yes. Ronan going with TCM2 for the opening. Yes. Brian's in the chat. Good to see Brian saying hello, everybody. Nice things I liked about A Nightmare on Elm Street and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise is the kills. All right. Very, very cool. And Brandon, you know what's up. I love it. You guys are all right. Coriander. Do I, Night? Yes, you do.
I think she hit the mute button on her phone when you played that. So
you think so? Maybe. Or maybe not.
Ooh, guns.
Yeah, just for extra. These guys in the chat were already saying it, bro. They said
you
before I even
go.
played it. They know what's up.
Sprinkling that salt in the wound, right? Yeah.
You guys know what's up. Love you guys. She said I pulled my earbuds.
See, I called it.
You're all right, babe. You're all right. Okay. Next category. This has been a crazy beginning to Battleworld, bro. This is like the weirdest intro of all time, but it's great. It's fun.
Love it.
Okay, Kill. Next, we got to talk about the music, bro. What do you think?
You know, once again, and this is just the music does not stand out for me on TCM2.
Wow.
I hate to keep going to Freddyville here, but the music in that one does stand out for me, especially like when they're doing like the flashbacks and they get to the more subtle music and those subtle tones, and then some of the more familiar ones with Freddy and so forth. So yeah, I gotta go with Nightmare on Elm Street on this one.
All right. Okay. Eric, how about you?
Easy Street. It's Freddy, because other than a couple songs on the radio, I don't know. I can't remember any music from Chainsaw 2. I love the music when Mark's on fire on the motorcycle. Yeah. And I really love the creepy, dreamlike, no pun intended, music, during the opening credits when it's, when it's Alice and Dan in bed, you know what I mean? It fits the tone of the movie. Now, don't get me wrong, a little cool Modi at the end during the credits kind of helps, whether it fits the movie or not, but we'll take what we can get. So I'm definitely going Freddy.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Coriander is going with Nightmare. She's going with Nightmare. All right. Julie was not a fan of TCM2's music, but Rick was. You guys, that's why I love doing this, man. It's so crazy how it always seems to go down the middle for the live chat. Hale saying, honestly, I don't even remember the music in Nightmare. TCM gets my vote. All right, man. With this one, I gotta say, okay, this one is kind of tough because you do have the Nightmare music, and I think there were some good moments, although I don't think it's necessarily that strong. TCM had this really weird theme that they played. It plays right in the beginning of the movie, and it kind of plays throughout, and also has some other elements as well. And it's just weird. It's just weird. It's something that, because when I first saw this movie, I was a kid, and I did not know what to expect, and it took me on this ride, and I think that's why it really sticks for me. You know what I mean? So I'm actually gonna go with TCM on this one. Sir James coming in saying TCM, Danny Elfman, no one lives forever. Boingo, boingo. All right. I love it, man. So 5 points to TCM. Sir James is holding up the foundation. And Brandon coming in for Dan's mom. What the hell is going on here? All right.
This is going to be, I think, the most down the middle one we have in a long time.
This might be, these guys are trying to take Neil and Sarah's spot here. They're like going back and forth. Wow. All right. Okay. So let's, this is great. Let's go to our next category. This is so crazy. Supporting characters kill. We're going to talk about the supporting characters. So that excludes on Freddy's side, him and Alice. And for TCM, it excludes Stretch and Leatherface. Okay. So everyone else that you can think of in these movies, that's who we're talking about. So who do you think had the better supporting characters?
Once again, I'm going with Nightmare here.
Wow.
Yeah, and look, I'm not. I
no love for Dennis Hopper or Bill Moseley.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The family, and those guys, yes, they're all cool. And
yeah, Jim Saito.
Yeah, but for me, the rest of the Alice's, and I think you said it best, or it might have been Eric. You get to see so many of the supporting characters right at the beginning of this when they're all graduating. So it's like there is that camaraderie, there.
Mm-hmm.
And, as you're watching it, of course they're getting aced out and so forth. When I look at the other spectrum, yeah, it's a lot of supporting characters, but it's just more insanity, for the most part, more of the family, etc. Sorry, I got to give it to Nightmare on this one.
All right. Okay. How about you, Eric?
Okay, I'm not sorry, and I'm going to give it to Nightmare on this one. And here's why. I like I said, I did say it in the graduation scene. We get to know them. They're likable characters. You know what I mean? You don't want them to die. I love Alice's dad. You know what I mean? Because I love how he's coming back from, AA and stuff like that. I like how he sticks up for his daughter, whether, she's, an unwed mother, pre-unwed mother type of thing. I love that. Kelly Jo Minter, she's always awesome in anything, especially here as Yvonne. In TCM, yes, it's Dennis Hopper, but I don't really like him in this. All he does is run around, preach a lot, and then yell. Bill Moseley, love him to death, but he's kind of annoying to me in this. And then who do you have left? LG, who does really nothing but build a house out of French fries and get beat up, and then you have the yuppies in the car. So it's no contest to me with Elm Street.
All right, okay. And let's see, Coriander, let me know who you're going with. She's going with Nightmare as well. Oh,
she knows.
All right. Wow. All right. So she's going with Nightmare. Man, look, I'm going with TCM. I'm gonna tell you what.
Hold that torch, man.
Listen, but no, I mean, obviously, I love Nightmare, but this cast of characters, they're okay. But they pale in comparison to all the other movies before it. To me, as far as supporting characters, I not that I didn't like them, but they were just kind of there. You know what I'm saying? Like Kelly Jo is awesome, but of course, and it was her role in the movie, but she didn't believe Alice for like 99% of the movie until she got taken into a nightmare. And then she's like, "Oh, you're not crazy." It's like, okay. I mean, so it kind of is what it is. I thought Dennis Hopper was hilarious. Bill Moseley was like in another universe. Jim Saito was great. And they were just memorable to me. And it was just so funny. Like I found myself laughing, but plus seeing them being so freaking insane. And, especially with Jim Saito as Drayton. I mean, he's just funny, man. He's kind of like everything he said was just hilarious.
I'll give it to him. I liked him.
Yeah. So they were just so memorable, you know what I mean? It kind of took their characters in a really interesting direction, you know what I mean? So, all right. Troy is going characters TCM by far. Drayton and Chop take it. All right. All right. D's going with TCM 2. All right. Rick is saying the Sawyer family. Come on. I'll throw LG and his fry house in there. Oh, man. Elm Street's Last Brat in the chat. What's up? Saying Nightmare totally. Team Yvonne as a supporting character. There you go. There you go. Let's see. Chris is in the chat. Good to see you. And by the way, if you guys haven't hit the like button, please do. It helps to support the channel, and we'd appreciate it. Sir James coming in again. $2 super chat. TCM the Yuppies. Saying the Yuppies. All right. He is keeping TCM afloat.
Yes, gotta give him
He
credit.
is. He really is, man. And Brandon's coming in with a gifted membership. That is so cool, man. Thank you so much, man. We really appreciate it so much. Looks like it went to Dre. Dre, you're back in the family. Thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it. It definitely helps us out. And speaking of which, for you guys, if you guys have not heard, we're going to be starting our marathon into Halloween season, starting tomorrow night with Halloween Fest 2. We're going to be hanging out with our good buddy Steven from Craving Something Scary as we go through all of the Halloween movies. There's 13 movies, bro. Every week there is going to be a lot of fun in these conversations. I guarantee you, man. So definitely make sure you check us out. Tomorrow night, we're going to be starting on Steven's channel. And then on Thursday, we'll be back here. Tomorrow night, we're going to start with Season of the Witch. And then on Thursday, we're going to be checking out Halloween 2 from 1981, man. It's going to be absolutely crazy, man. So definitely check us out. Check us out. Okay, guys, let's get ready to go to our next category. And yeah, thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Corian is like, oh, yeah. Baby, Halloween Fest 2. That's right, man. That's right. You know, we're putting a lot of time and effort into it, so that we hope that you guys will enjoy it. It's gonna be very interactive, much more than just a regular watch party. And for you guys that are members, all I can say is keep your eyes open. We're gonna have special things for you guys, and who knows, you might see one of you guys on the panel. All right. Okay, next category. Kill. Let's talk about the direction of the movie. The direction of the movie. Where are you going to go with this one? Which director do you think you'd want to go with?
Now we're basing it just on these two movies.
Wow. I was like, is there a delay here? What's going on?
No. We're basing it just on these two movies.
Yeah.
I who is the director of Nightmare 5?
Stephen Hopkins.
Okay.
Yeah, Stephen Hopkins.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go with Stephen Hopkins. I love Toby, but I wasn't the biggest fan of TCM 2. And now what I will say with Nightmare 5, I like Nightmare 5 more than 4. Because they did characters from 3 dirty in that one. I had to get used to Alice, etc., etc. And I really enjoyed the direction of making me care about the supporting cast right from the jump with them graduating. I care about you, care about Alice's dad, so right there, I'm already invested. Then with that, all the stuff where the flashbacks and so forth, the music overall, unfortunately, got to go with Nightmare again. I'm not doing this on purpose. Corey, no, man, I'm not doing this on purpose.
This is like the first time. It's like, wow. Okay. Eric, how about you?
I enjoy both directors. I praise Toby Hooper from the first TCM and from Poltergeist. Stephen Hopkins, he also directed Predator 2, which has a special place in my heart. I'm going with Dream Child. Here's why. I like a lot of the choices Steven did. I like that whole. It was funny in the credits. They literally call it the womb with a view. I like, Freddy coming out of the wall of the womb and the way it looked. It looked really off-putting and stuff like that. Whether, it's green screen or not, that's budgetary, but I liked some of the use of the green screen. My main problem with Toby Hooper in part 2 is a lot of his stuff goes on for far too long. Did we really need the scene where Leatherface is cutting into the tub of soda cans and scaring Stretch to go on for that long, and it's just her screaming? Just like the end of I said it with the dinner scene in the first movie. The grandpa hitting her in the head scene goes on way too long for me. I know everyone loves Bill Moseley and Chop Top. I think he could have tuned it down just a little bit, because by the time when he's in the background with Nubbins and yelling Nom Land for the 20th frickin' time, you could have told Bill just chill out a little bit. So I just think Toby made some poor choices, and it just kind of annoyed me. I wanted to hit the fast forward button at a lot of points of this movie.
All right. Okay. All right. Chris saying, got to the chat late. Been having a few rough days, but you guys are always a breath of fresh air for me. Well, thank you so much, man. We hope that you're doing better. Glad to have you here. It's definitely always fun. Yeah. May saying the same thing. Absolutely. Yeah. Glad to have you here. Hale's going with TCM, the director for TCM. All right. Ronan saying, got my copy of Halloween 3 and popcorn ready for tomorrow night. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. And Ronan's going with TCM2. Sir James coming in, $2, saying Toby Hooper. All right. He is, like I said, you're keeping the boat afloat, bro. Mm-hmm. Very, very much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Rick also going with Toby Hooper. Coriander's going with Nightmare. There you go. All right. Let's see. D's going with Nightmare. Brandon is going with Nightmare. All right. All right. Let's see. Mayanne's also going with Nightmare. And Sir James coming in again saying Toby Hooper almost got fired from TCM2. There you go. There you go. Well, it was such a departure, and there is a story behind that. Actually, I'm thinking of doing a video on it because I think it's really interesting how it all came together too, man.
Hey, you know what I love? I love how Sir James, with his charitableness and his love of TCM2, it kind of negates me and Eric every
barely. Barely.
Keep it up. I love it. I love it.
He's got some more work to do. I'm looking at the points, man, but it's we'll see. All right, so for me, for director, I think that this is actually. This is a little difficult because the directors are doing kind of two different types of things in general with these two movies, other than the fact of what the path that Freddy takes. The Nightmare movie is pretty serious. It's a pretty serious subject and so forth that they're dealing with, and they wanted to do that. That was their game plan from the beginning. Whereas Toby and TCM2, he wanted to have the comedic tone and the zaniness and really tune into the family and let them just kind of go off the walls. So they had to try to do different things. But for me, I got to go with Nightmare on this one because of what Steven had to do, dealing with such a heavy subject as far as, dealing with, young mothers and abortion and all that type of stuff. And I think he did pretty good on it. So I'm going to go with Nightmare on this one. All right. Next category. Let's get ready, man. Let's get ready. We are going to be talking about the story. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to talk about which story took the bigger chance. Which story took the bigger chance between the two? So, Kill, tell me your quick thought. And who you giving the point to?
Well, to piggyback on something you just said, I appreciate TCM and how Toby wanted to do something different and make it, more funny and focus more on the family and how zany they are. Mm-hmm. But for me, taking Freddy and putting him in yet another Freddy scenario, but also bring in real world stuff like, teen pregnancy, abortion, things of that nature, and more flashbacks about, his mother and so forth. It lends itself to a more serious story. And luckily he wasn't jumping the shark too much in this one. So I got to go with Nightmare on this one.
Okay. All right. Eric, how about you?
You know me, Knight. I'm a sucker for when someone takes a 180 with their franchise, with some of the movies I love in franchises. But again, I'm going with Nightmare, and here's why. I can appreciate Toby wanting it to be more like a black comedy, you know what I mean? But I don't think he executes it that well because, like I keep saying, lots of times I wanted to either hit the mute button or fast forward. Kind of to piggyback what Kill said and what you've said already, it's a Freddy movie, but it does deal, and it's not the focus, but it does deal with teen moms, possible abortion, what happens when, two would-be parents, one of them dies and then the grandparents get involved. I love that scene, where they're threatening to maybe go to the courts to, the other grandparents going to the courts to get, the baby, and then the dad sticks up. for. I really think it's really done well with a, for that time, a controversial subject in a Freddy movie. And I just love the fact that Freddy is so wicked and evil, even though he's goofy as shit. He's going through the unborn dreams of a child to get to the woman and man who defeated him the last time. So I don't really think there's a comparison. Got to go Freddy.
Okay. All right. And we got Coriander also going with Nightmare. All right. Brandon going with TCM2. Hale is going with Nightmare. Val's going with Nightmare. All right. All right. Rick is going with TCM2. Very cool. Very cool. And we got Sir James coming in $5 for TCM. All right.
Guns.
Right. Guns. There you go. Ronan said, stand together, my friend. TCM2 needs us tonight. Right? It's the truth, man. It's the truth. Brandon coming in with a $5 super chat. Story-wise, Dream Child may be the darkest since the original Craven classic. Freddy's Revenge comes really close, though. All right. Yeah, there's a lot of truth to that. I agree with that. Thank you so much, Brandon. So we got 5 points for Nightmare. All right. Okay. Troy coming in saying TCM took the bigger chance. Toby always had the OG as a dark comedy in his mind. Very true. Part 2 put it in your face like it was pointed out. He almost got fired for sticking to his guns. Wow. Troy, you almost took a lot of my thoughts. I do think that there's a lot of behind the scenes on that too, because the studios weren't sure that they wanted to go that direction, So to me, as far as story taking a bigger chance, it has to be TCM2. It has to be TCM2 because the original, you guys got to remember what the original was. I mean, that was a landmark for 12 years before this movie. And he says, no, it was supposed to be much more of a comedic take on that film. And nobody understood that back then. Some people still don't understand it now. So he went down a wacky ass road because he wanted to delve into the insanity and so forth. So good point, Troy. And
I'll say this, I don't see it in the original of it being, a black comedy, maybe it's right in front of my face, but I don't see it. To me, this one, he taking a chance. He, like the perfect term you said was wacky. That's all he did in my eyes. He just tried to make it goofy compared to the original one. So that's just how I look at it.
It's almost like he was trying to take the ending of the original and utilize that as a foundation, as far as how they were at the end when they had Sally, and just kind of take that type of vibe and rhythm and make a movie right from there. Because the beginning of TCM all the way up until that final act, it's pretty much, it's just kind of boom, 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 because you're following, the whole crew. But once they get, caught up in the household with the Sawyers, that's when it gets really super zany. It was some zany parts before that, but you guys can know what I mean. Sir James coming in, another 5 points. Tom Savini saves the day with the special effects. Tom Savini getting 5 points for TCM. Oh man, this is crazy. Oh my goodness. You guys are all right. Dre saying, you know what? I'm going to change my decision. TCM took the bigger chance because given the shift change from the original to this, definitely TCM2 took the biggest chance. I agree with that. I mean, don't get me wrong. The idea of working with a young mother, I mean, it definitely was something that was, a little bit of a shift, but I don't think it was a big shift from, 4 to 5. Except for just obviously talking about the idea of abortion. But Brandon,
one thing,
$2. What was that?
Well, I was just gonna say one quick thing. Whereas Toby, his big chance and so forth is in the realm of the movies. With Nightmare, that's going into the realm of popular opinion. And people wanting to protest against your movie for whatever reasons, I don't come to horror movies for this type of stuff. So I don't know.
But I'm saying, when you talk about the difference, though, the bigger difference, that to me, there's a much bigger difference between TCM 1 and 2 versus Nightmare 4 and 5. To me, there's a huge difference because the tone is totally different, but again, part of it is the perception, for people. And Coriander, yes, Sir James, definitely incredible. Ronan saying TCM1, TCM2 are completely different. They are. They really are. Leatherface is completely different. All right. Okay. Next category. Let's get this thing going. The scarier threat. The scarier threat. So obviously we're talking about, Freddy invading the dreams of the unborn child. And obviously we're talking about the Sawyers in TCM2 and their ravaging of Texas. Okay, Kill, what do you think?
Okay, finally, this is an easy street for me. And I'm going with TCM on this. For the reasoning, it's more than just one threat. It's a whole family of insane people. Okay? Now, granted, just don't go to Texas. Don't go around them. Okay. With Freddy, yeah, I know he can get into your dreams, but this version of Freddy is not the strongest. This version of Freddy is getting to the people around Alice through a baby's dreams and so forth. So in this particular case, the strength of numbers, I got to give it to the family, TCM2.
All right, we got it. Eric, how about you?
As weird as this seems, it doesn't seem weird because I'm once again going to say Dream Child, but here's the reason why. Don't get me wrong. Leatherface is scary as hell. Chop Top is insane. And even the cook, he's getting the meat from somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the reason why I'm giving it to Dream Child is not just because, the whole, everybody's got to sleep thing. Mm-hmm. Now Freddy can get to you when Alice is awake. He's using the dreams of an unborn child, and that thing sleeps all the time. So now you never know when he's going to strike. So I find that scarier in that aspect, other than just, psychopaths chasing you with a chainsaw and a straight razor. So
okay. All right. Hale going with Nightmare. Coriander's going with TCM. Ronan saying, I agree with Killian, TCM2. Julie's going with TCM. Val's going with TCM. All right. Brandon's going with TCM. Holy crap. Here we go. We're crossing lanes.
There's no lying here. Hey, I crossed too.
Yep. We're finally crossing lanes, bro. So Sir James coming in, $2 super chats, and TCM not knowing that you will be chili meat. That's what I'm talking about, man. I mean, they literally had a whole town that they were like, kind of, picking off and then serving to each other. It was crazy. Troy saying TCM. All right. You guys are too funny, man. Ronan said we got Nightmare 5 and the glove wearing sissy on the ropes. Laugh out loud. Oh, Lord. Rick going with TCM2. May saying you don't have to go to Texas for a chainsaw massacre.
True.
All right.
It's true.
Chris going with Freddy, 100%. 100%. All right. D going with TCM2. Wow. You guys, wow. This is crazy. For me, I got to go with TCM as well, man. I think that, if you look at the two situations, now one of the situations with, what's his name? The comic book guy, Mark. Yeah. Like you said it really well too, Eric. You said it well too, Kill. I mean, Freddy is in a situation where he's basically kind of coming back, but Mark survived his nightmare, granted with Alice helping, but he survived that first nightmare. He didn't survive the second one, but the point being is that, it's almost like they're showing, and it was interesting. Don't get me wrong. It was interesting because they were showing Freddy kind of getting his mojo back, so to speak, because he's using the dreams of the unborn child. But with TCM2, if you live in that town, you just never know, man. I mean, you just never know what's going to happen. You never know what you're eating. And if you're in a situation where you're a target, man, you better hope you're crazy enough to get out of it. So anyways, I'm going with TCM2 on this one. Oh my God.
Sure, you never know what you're eating. It's like when I do love that scene when someone pulls out a bone and Drayton just says it's like one of those loose peppercorns or something like that.
Yes, that was hilarious. It was too funny. And Brandon, you're too funny, man. The super chats are going to the convention funds. Thanks so much, man. We really appreciate you. Seriously, too funny. Ronan saying, jokes aside, I like both films. I just like TCM2 a little bit more than Nightmare 5. It's okay. It's all right, man. We're all in the same boat. Okay, next one. Best scene. Kill. Tell me what you think is and again, we say best, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the most cinematic, but it could be a favorite scene or a scene that sticks out to you. What's the best scene from either movie? And let us know.
For me, it's Nightmare on Elm Street. And it's literally the scene where Dan is transforming on the motorcycle. Because it's gruesome, it's agonizing, and it's pretty long. And just as far as the special effects go, I think it's some of the best in the movie, because it's just so gruesome. And I love motorcycles, so that's nightmare fuel for me. So yeah, I got to go with that one.
All right. Okay. How about you, Eric?
He stole it, but I don't care. Dan on the motorcycle. And here's the thing. I know we were talking about, Goofy Freddy, Bugs Bunny Freddy. He does get his puns in. They kind of fit for me. You know what I mean? In the scene. It's not somebody bouncing up and down. But like Kill said, the effects are really, really good. The effects were so good they had to cut a lot out of that scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they did.
But you see the skin peeling off. You see the actor who plays Dan selling the pain when he gets those tubes up his face and he's just, pulling back. And then that final shot, you had it in the intro when he is just total skeleton, riding that with the smoke behind it and the music together. That's perfect for me. That is a badass shot. Even if you hate Freddy movies, that scene looks cool.
Yeah. All right. Okay. And Val, thank you for putting Eric's link in the chat. We appreciate that. D is going with Dan's death. Brandon is going with Greta's death. That also was streamlined.
Yeah.
They did a lot of streamlining in the movie. Elm Street's Last Brat saying Greta's death was great. Sir James coming in, 2 more points, saying TCM. Yuppie kills not expected.
Oof.
James is keeping the hope alive. Barely. He's trying. Hale also going with Dan's death. All right. Ronan saying, I have to go with LG saying, don't worry, darling, to a woman who's wearing his face is horrific, but funny at the same time because of how outlandish it is that he'd say, don't be scared. Yeah, that was crazy, man. That was crazy. That's pretty much a symbol of what they were trying to have go on in the movie. Coriander is going with Dan's death. All right. Let's see. Chris saying Leatherface killing the 2 yuppie pricks. All right. Troy going with Nightmare, Dan's death, especially the uncut. Great uncut is pretty good too. Yes. For me, it's obviously that's one of my favorite scenes as well. So I got to go with Dan's death as well. And I think that it's really, really, it's cool because he's like, it almost feels like he's in a double nightmare the way it's shot. Because first he's in his truck and he sees Freddy. Now, the only thing to me, and we talked about this when we talked about Nightmare 5 Kill, you remember, because we talked specifically about this scene. This was almost a microcosm of that pivot that they started to do with Freddy. Because Robert, and obviously we love Robert, and hopefully we're gonna get a chance to see him in a couple days. But you could tell that Nightmare 5 was so inspired by Freddy's nightmares. You know what I'm saying? On TV. This is when Freddy really just started to kind of get super wet. This is before Looney Tunes full blown, man. And he's like, don't dream and drive. And he's drinking, in the car and just, a lot of laughing. That's the only thing in the scene that I think undercut it a little bit because, the thing for me that makes this the best scene also is because it's Dan and he's from the last movie and him and Alice are together and he's a good guy. Like they really played that up in the scenes beforehand. You're rooting for him. So that's what makes it even more devastating, him being in the nightmare. And then, of course, you know, obviously, like you guys said, all the special effects and him becoming the Iron Man. It was just awesome stuff, man.
Not
I'll
just
never forget
that.
the first time I saw it.
I think his death ends really creepy and uncomfortable. Like, because like once he hits that semi, and Alice walks out, that jump scare got me when the trucker jumps out and he's wearing a fedora and he's wearing a red shirt. You know, it's not striped. But then when she looks at him and she sees his dead body, and then Freddy still in the dead body pops up, "Hey, Alice, want to make babies?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a bad pun, but it works. It's disgusting. You know, that's somewhat the Freddy of old. You know what I mean? So
yeah, absolutely, no doubt about it. Sir James coming in again with TCM. Man, he's like every category. He's coming in TCM. The stretch scene. Man, that's crazy, man. He's keeping it going. Friday's in the chat. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Saying Dan's death uncut if it were in the movie. Since it's not, it's a boy. Okay. All right. That was a good scene too, man. And by the way, again, if you guys have not hit the like button, please make sure you do. Helps to support the channel. We'd appreciate it. Okay, next up, let's pull up our next category. Of course, we had to talk about this. We got Alice or Stretch. We're talking about Lisa Wilcox or Caroline Williams. Which character was put through the ringer more? Kill.
I really like Stretch, and having to deal with the insanity of the family is bad. But there's no lying here. I gotta go with Alice, because on top of all the stuff that she's going through, she's a pregnant teenage mom, and her child is having her nightmares invaded, and her friends are getting aced out around her. Her dad's trying not to be an alcoholic, and Freddy's just being an ass as normal. Yeah, man. Yeah, I gotta go. And she just graduated from like high school. She's going through a lot here, so I gotta go with Alice.
All right, Eric, how about you?
I'm going with Alice, and again, I like Caroline Williams. I like her a lot.
Yes,
she is put through hell this whole movie, but literally, like a lot of what Kill says, you know, Alice. She's not just going to be a single mom just because she got pregnant. She's a single mom because her baby's father was killed. That's a big thing. She's got the baby's father's family threatening to go to court to get the baby taken away. She is, if you want to look at it, technically responsible for the death of her friends because of the baby inside her. And I'm looking at it as a parent. If something's after my child, that's the scariest thing in the world for me. No contest,
all right.
Alice.
Okay, all right. Coriander saying Alice all the way. She had to deal with Freddy twice. All right. Ronan saying Stretch all day. She wore a man's face. It's true, bro. It's true, man. She went through a lot of stuff, man. Caroline Williams, man, she was running the whole movie. She was screaming. She was bloodied. I mean, yeah, no doubt. It's true, man. Brandon going with Alice. D going with Alice. Let's see. Chris saying Alice all the way. All right. Troy going with Alice as well. Elm Street's Last Brat, of course, going with Alice. All right. Val going with Alice as well. And Friday saying Alice had no one believe her, was pregnant, Dan died, all of her friends and brother the year before. All right. Okay. And it's Mike's in the chat saying Stretch. Okay. For me, yeah, I've got to go with Alice because of the fact of all the things that she was dealing with, you know, as far as, you know, her friends and Dan, and of course being pregnant. So, you know, there were multiple levels which she was dealing with. Now, that's not to say that Stretch didn't have a lot going on, because, you know, she has her friend that gets killed. She's in this whole big mystery of these killers. She's right in the middle of it. And of course, the final third act, that last 25 minutes or more, she's just literally on a different, it's almost like Sally to a you know, the nth degree as far as just the emotional trauma she's going through. So definitely credit to her, but I got to go with Alice on this one. All right. Okay. Sir James coming in 2 points and TCM stretch.
God bless him.
All right. Ronan said stretch because she had to deal with LG. I know, man. The whole face
Sorry,
thing,
darling.
that was crazy, man. It was crazy. All right. Next up. The craziest shift. The craziest shift. So basically talking about in the movie when they have a shift, whether it's from, one feeling to another. Kill, let's start with you, man.
So one feeling meaning like how the movie is going?
Yes, how the movie is going. It's kind of going one way and then it kind of either goes into overdrive or it turns the corner, pivots, how you see it.
Well, then this is a second easy street for me. I'm going with TCM because just the sheer insanity of the family members and the fact that you have Stretch wearing a person's face and just the insanity, just the moment to moment insanity that she's going through with these people. Like, oh, am I eating with you guys? Are we cool? We're not cool.
Right.
Yeah. Yuppies getting killed just like that. Yeah. TCM all day on this one. This is easy street.
There you go. Okay. All right, Eric, how about you?
To show I'm not playing favorites, and I am 100% fair, I'm going with Chainsaw, and here's why. The tone of Dream Child is pretty much from beginning to end the same. It's not a bad thing, but it's the same. Holy shit, when TCM starts compared to where it's compared to where it ends, whether I like it or not, based on this category, has the craziest shift in tone. Like it is overdrive. It is cranked up to 11, and the knob is ripped off the amplifier. You know what I mean? It's a big difference from the two yuppies to Stretch at the end when she takes care of Chop Top. So I have to give it to Texas Chainsaw.
Yep. Okay. All right. Real quick. So James coming in again. $2 TCM. LG trying to get some. There you go.
Face or no face?
Thanks, man. We appreciate you. Val also going with TCM. Ronan going with TCM. Troy, does Sir James have a monthly super chat budget set aside by now? We appreciate it, man. It helps out though. It really does.
Yeah.
You guys, if you guys only knew, man. Coriander also going with TCM.
There's no lying here.
Yeah, you got to.
Hale's going with TCM. D is going with TCM. Let's see. May is going with TCM. Troy going with TCM. Hands down, this is like going from the OG Elm Street straight to part 5.
Yeah, it's true.
Ronan saying TCM2 is the hold my beer of horror movies. There you go, man. For me, yeah, I also have to go with TCM because I think that one thing I enjoyed about it is that it did have, these phases that it kind of went through. You know what I'm saying? And I think it was to the film's strength because as crazy as the beginning of it is, and as wacky as some of the stuff in the middle gets, when you see Drayton and you realize that they're literally serving people to the residents of the town. But then it goes into a whole different level when you're at the underground, compound. And it's like, it's just crazy shit, man. It just keeps ramping up. So I got to go with TCM on that one. Okay. Next up, more creative. The more creative of the two. Kill. What do you think, man?
There is a through line and like Eric just said, a tone of Nightmare. With that being said, I'm gonna go with TCM on this, and the reason why I'm gonna go with this is just the sheer insanity that the family that they have, the tonal shifts, the kind of walking on eggshells, and the sheer fact of feeding people to other townspeople, making other people wear other people's faces, and just the sheer insanity that all of the family characters have when they interact with one another. That's where I'm leaning towards the creativity of letting them just, hey, go nuts, go balls to the wall, guys.
Go nuts. I love that.
Just, hey, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
Let's get nuts.
So yeah, I gotta go
Okay.
TCM on this one.
Okay, Eric, how about you?
Well, insanity and tonal shifts doesn't necessarily mean more creative for me, so I'm going with Elm Street. Here's why. To me, other than the whole feeding feeding the meat to the townspeople, they're basically becoming cannibals. This is just a straightforward, in my opinion, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's psychos hunting people down and eating them. I'm going creativity wise with Elm Street because again, it's the unborn child aspect. I think that the nightmares are very creative. Whether they're hokey or not, I think they're creative. I really like. I think it's creative how Alice is talking in her dreams to her unborn child at 6 or 7 years old. I like that, and TCM was creative, having Drayton feed people, to the townspeople. Well, Freddy is feeding souls of dead friends to an unborn fetus. You know what I mean? So,
right.
I got to go with Elm Street.
Okay. All right. And let's see. Coriander is also going with Nightmare. All right. Okay. And May is going with Nightmare. Val saying more creative Nightmare. All right. Sir James coming in again, $2. Savini, TCM. All right. Wow, man. No doubt. Brandon saying the Freddy baby puppet is dope. It is pretty damn creepy. There's no doubt about that. All right, man. For me, I think both of these movies did some really interesting things, within the scope, of their franchise and mythology. So this one actually is a little difficult to me, but I gotta go with Nightmare on it because when you talk about the dreamscape and tailoring the nightmares to each person, especially Greta, I think Greta's death was very, very not only creative, but it fits so well. Like everything about how it was executed, we saw it right from the beginning with her mother just being so overbearing about eating, right? Who would have thought? Like when I first saw that movie, I had no idea that's what they were going to do.
Yeah.
Is get into a situation where she was going to die at the table, eating, and
Herself,
especially when she's
eating herself.
Exactly. So and of course playing the nightmare with also the real world, it was just really, really creative. And that was just one of the dreams or nightmares, I should say, that was really, really something pretty special. So I gotta go with Nightmare on this one. Okay. All right. Let me catch up to the chat because this is crazy. These guys, man, they're all over the place. Let's see. Dre saying Nightmare 5 was more creative and has that kitchen table death that traumatized. I think he meant traumatized me. Elm Street's Last Brat saying Nightmare way more inventive. Okay. Friday saying Dream Child has some unique camera angles and the labyrinth stairs. Yeah, that was some cool stuff. I think that part of me, I can definitely appreciate that. I really, really can. Brandon coming in $2. Dream Child literally has an MC Escher landscape. Yes, it's true. All right, Dream Child got another 2 points. Brandon's keeping the torch, man. Hanging in there with Sir James. All right. Mike saying I feel Freddy Krueger is more creative than Leatherface. All right. Okay. Next category. We're going to the finale or the final battle. Kill. What do you think?
Well, I'm gonna go with Nightmare on this one, and my reasoning for that is, in a lot of the Nightmare movies, it's let's drag him into the real world and hold on to his hat or hold on to his shoe and bring him in and so forth. But I feel like the aspect of the baby, the child, adds a whole nother layer to this one. And on top of that, Alice and essentially having to go through this again, the supporting cast that do survive and so forth, and the kind of gothic feel that this one has. It's kind of a carryover from the last movie with Alice as the protagonist. I just liked it better. And for me, even though it is similar, because a lot of the Nightmare movies end in this fashion, I think the whole pregnancy aspect and the child aspect give it a little extra something that I liked in this one, even more than the finale of the first one. The previous one with Alice, where she's just, oh, I'm Kung Fu girl now, and I have everybody's powers, you know.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got to go with Nightmare on this one.
All right, Eric, how about you?
Yeah, I'm going with Nightmare, and a lot with what Kill said, but again, I actually like how we haven't mentioned her yet. Amanda Kruger shows up. I like how she takes, after Freddy's defeated, you know, having the souls, or however you want to say, ripped out of the back of him. She takes baby Freddy into her womb. You know what I mean? She takes that. The effect of when Freddy's coming out of Alice is just fucking disgusting. You know what I mean?
It is, bro.
Of the tongue and the jaw and all that stuff. And, you know,
I'm like, how can you do Lisa? Come on, man.
Yeah. The MC Escher room, the fact that Freddy's bringing in Dan, you know, that's a low blow. When it comes to TCM, we got dueling chainsaws, but Drayton gets a chainsaw up the butt, and Leatherface loses because he's too busy doing his little dance, and he gets gutted, and that's just how it is for me. It's too comical. So,
all right,
gotta go Elm Street.
Okay, let's see. Coriander is also going with Nightmare. Elm Street's Last Brat saying Dream Child's ending was wicked. D is going with Nightmare. Hale's going with Nightmare. Mayanne's going with Nightmare. All right. Jennifer's in the chat. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Saying they both have horrible final battles. All right. She's not giving a point to anybody. Thank you for hanging out with us, Jennifer. Welcome. Hope you're enjoying the show. And by the way, for you guys that are just joining in, don't forget to hit the like button. It helps to support the channel, and we'd appreciate it. And Val, if you're able to let us know where we're standing with the likes, that'd be great. Brandon said Nightmare for how the visual of Alice and Freddy combine. John Carpenter's the Thing style. Yeah, it's true. It is very, very true. Let's see. Chris saying loved Nightmare 5's fight, but come on, can you really top Dennis Hopper fighting Leatherface with chainsaws? Right. That's too funny. Oh my god. Rick saying TCM2. All right. And Sir James coming in, $20 super
I knew it. I knew it.
There we are. TCM, I'm all in. You guys are great. I'm having lots of fun. I love Kruger, though. 1 through 3 are my favorites. All right, man. Wow. Brandon, I'm just going to tell you, man. You better do some work, bro, because we've only got a couple categories left. I think we got 2 left, and we'll see. 20 points to TCM. Wow. All right. For final battle, for me, you know, I think there's good stuff in both of them. You know, a lot of fun stuff in both of them. But I will say that that for Nightmare, it was very, very cool because, you know, Alice is battling Freddy, but in this movie, it's not just Alice. It's also Jacob too. You know, her son. Her son is realized into reality in this nightmare world, so to speak. And Amanda, you know, which to me, I think it was a really good arc for Amanda Kruger, you know, that was only the surface was only touched upon like in Nightmare 3. You know what I mean? When we first learned about Amanda Kruger. So the fact that she was integral in this to help defeat her own son, you know, I thought that was pretty cool. And it had some pretty cool visuals. Some of it was kind of like, you know, it's par for the course. But I do think in general, it trumps TCM. All right. Okay. Next up, and we are almost at the finish line. Brandon says, I'm not done yet. Okay, man, because I'm telling you, bro.
That's confidence.
All right. Well, hey, I'm just saying, man, that 1999 made a difference. Kill. Who are we going with? Who had the better performance, Leatherface or Freddy?
This one's an easy street, and it's going to go to Freddy. Okay. Because Freddy does so much more. You know, Freddy talks shit. Freddy is imposing. He's scary. He's
Right.
taunting you with your boyfriend he just killed. He's taunting you with your unborn child. He's talking shit to his mom, who's a ghost. Like, I mean, I mean, you know, and
I like that.
I'm sorry, and I mean no disrespect to Leatherface with his dance, you know, but you know, come on, guys, this is an easy street one. I got to go with Freddy on this one.
Okay, all right, Eric, how about you?
Yeah, this is easy street. It's Freddy. You know, whether it's skateboards or Super Freddy, you know, it doesn't matter because at least he's accomplishing what he's being set out to do. You know what I mean? I don't like this was the first time I watched TCM2 in a long time. I didn't realize this. I don't like Leatherface in this one. He's a baby. You know, I know he's supposed to be disgusting. I don't like how he's a disgusting pervert. And again, all he does is his little dance. That's it.
Okay.
And how many times, you know, take a shot every time he does his dance when he could have killed somebody.
All right.
Freddy, hands down.
Okay. Coriander is going with Freddy. D is going with Freddy. Jennifer is saying hands down Freddy. That's what I'm talking about. Hands down Freddy. Let's see who else we got in here. Troy saying Freddy. Leatherface is actually my third favorite of the family in part 2. All right. Let's see. Chris going with Freddy. Friday going with Freddy as well. For me, this was you know, definitely the easy street question of the night. This definitely has to go to Freddy because of the fact of, you know, what he's asked to do in the film. You know, the advantage in TCM is that you've got multiple threats, but that also takes away a lot of time for Leatherface. So there's no doubt that Freddy has bigger impact in the film versus Leatherface. All right. Okay. Next up, let me just get to, we got another comment in here too. Hale saying, love me some Leatherface, but Freddy is on a whole different level. Freddy gets my vote. Okay. All right. Next up, let's see. We got the civilian vote. So for you guys, give us your vote in the chat. Which film is the better film? Is it Nightmare or is it TCM2? So let us know. We're going to start it now, and we're going to count those points, 1 point per vote. All right. Wow. They started off quick. Okay. Mike going with Freddy. Let's see. Rick's going with Leatherface. Brandon obviously going with Freddy. All right. All right. Hey, look, Ronan. Oh my God. He says, okay, Freddy, even I can't pick TCM this time. That's too funny.
That's what's fun. You have to pick, you know, what you really think deserves it, whether you want to or not.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Man going with Freddy. Chris going with Freddy. Friday going with Freddy. There's a lot of Fred heads up in the house. D's going with Freddy. Wow. All right. Okay. Okay. Brandon's coming in. $20 super chat. School's out. Kruger. All right. All right. This, man, I can't wait to count this thing up, man. Now it's really going to be tough, man. Wow.
Eric, we're probably gonna have to talk for like 10 or 15 minutes for
probably.
Yeah, no
calculate all that.
Freddie needed it, Brandon. He might be the savior of Elm Street tonight.
I don't think so.
Troy saying Nightmare. Can't go against my boy Fred. All right. All right. And oh man,
exactly.
Sir James coming in. He said TCM loves you, Eric.
That's okay.
Funny.
I love you too, Sir James.
God. That's too funny. Wow, man. Just when you thought you were safe.
See?
Wow.
See?
That is crazy.
I told you.
Wow, man.
Brandon, you say hold my beard. Sir James closes the bar.
Brandon coming in again. $10. He's closing that gap.
That's okay.
Wow, 10 points. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. This is gonna go down to the wire. Hale's going with Freddie.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Out of all the matchups,
these two movies,
that's what I said earlier. Yeah,
it is crazy. Holy crap,
man!
Wow. I'm almost at a loss of words, man. Seriously.
You would have a
That is
calculator,
crazy.
buddy.
I know, man. I know. Okay, now let me jeez.
Do you really need a calculator now?
Sir James coming in.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Good night, everybody. See you next week.
All right. Bye, guys. Thank you.
It's been real.
Sir
Sir
like
James
the
is like, hold all the
super
beers.
It's like the Terminator stream all
Wow.
over again, dude.
Oh man, that is too funny, man. I know, right? That was an interesting stream.
Mhm.
Wow. All right.
Thank you, Sir James. Good for you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There we are. There we are. Sir James and Brandon, all you guys. Thank you so much, man. I'm at a loss for words, man. We got to play a clip for that. Let's play this for you guys while I catch my breath.
Yeah, you got to.
Let's go.
Bring that fat ass over here.
Like this. Swing your hips. Swing your hips. Swing your hips.
Gotta work that ass for daddy. No.
There it is, man. Wow. All right. This is crazy stuff, man. This is crazy stuff. I don't even know what to say, man.
You know, I'm surprised you didn't play the other variation of that with Freddie.
I thought about it, but then
dude, I'm so surprised.
He's saving that for when Coriander's actually here.
Well, anyways, Ronan said I put $100 Monopoly dollars down. Oh, jeez. Oh my God. May saying I need at least a phone call from Knight and Coriander from the band.
Yeah,
yes,
no kidding.
you know, we're gonna have some fun stuff lined up. Seriously, man, it's gonna
Very
be
cool.
awesome. It's gonna be cool. Let's see. Sir James coming in. Bill Paxton says, "Game over, man. Love you guys." He's just throwing out stuff now. You gotta love this. Holy crap! Oh my God. Oh man. Ronan saying, Brandon said, "I'll show you." And he said, Sir James said, "Watch this." Okay. Brandon coming in $5. Brandon's trying, man. You gotta
God
give him
bless you.
credit, man.
Yeah.
He's trying, man. Yeah. Wow. Coriander saying, "Great stream." Thank you so much. You're leaving? we're still in the throes of this. She's like,
Don't you
"I'm
want to find
leaving."
out who actually wins? Come on.
Yeah, right?
I have no idea.
Next up, man, we got to choose which one are we choosing? And this is a negative category. So for the film that you don't choose, they get a negative. So what's the better film for the panel? So Kill, we'll start with you.
For me, I mean, the better film is Nightmare. Because, you know, yes, it's the fifth entry, but it does do some things different, brings in some real world problems. And overall, I just think it's a better film.
Okay. All right. Eric, how about you?
Even you did add whether it's what's the better film. I'm gonna go with Elm Street because it's just I think it's a better story. I think it's more creative. I like the characters a hell of a lot more, and I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of disappointed with this viewing of TCM2. It just kind of exists for me,
Okay. All right. Okay. For me, this is really, really difficult because both films have some really, really good stuff in them, and they've affected me differently, throughout my life, because I've watched both of these films since I was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta go with Nightmare on it overall, as far as just from A to Z, the way that it's directed, what it tackles, the layers of the story, the creativity and so forth. And it just, just barely, because I do love TCM2 and just how freaking nuts it is, but got to go with Nightmare on this one. Let's see. Val saying, I have to go with Nightmare. All right. Rick saying TCM2 for the win. Let's see. What else? You guys are too funny. May, I want to send $100, but lots of pre-sales start tomorrow, so I'm debating. Well, May, I'm just going to tell you, if you are a Nightmare on Elm Street fan, you might want to hurry up. I'm telling you, man, this is woo. Amazing. Nightmare's better. All right. Mike saying Texas Chainsaw 2 is better. See, that's the thing I do enjoy about the chat. It's so many. It's just down the line. Everyone's all over the place. Brandon's going with Nightmare. Elm Street's Last Brat is going with Nightmare as well. Let's see. Brandon said, all counted up. My votes counted up to 50. All right. So 50 points. All right. You got to love it, man. You got to love it. And Coriander, if you are still in the chat, let us know which one you are choosing as well. I think we still got 2 more categories, and then that's it. So let us know if you are still in the chat and which one that you would choose. Okay. Real quick, Kill, next category. Let's pull this up here if I can get it. Hold on here. Whoops. I got a delay. All right. Next up, the franchise derailer. Okay, so this is also a negative category. So which movie sent the franchise in the worst direction after it?
I would say TCM. Only because I'm not a fan of the over-the-top comedy direction it took. I do realize it's a brave direction, but I've said this before in numerous podcasts. I felt the first TCM was damn near a snuff film. It hit me so real, and it's just nightmare fuel. And then this one, it's zany. It's so much comedy in it, even from the poster.
Now, so you mean for this movie, right?
Yes.
Okay. No, what I'm saying is which movie sent the franchise in a bad direction after it? So it's not necessarily just talking about TCM2, but what came after it. So with Nightmare, what came after it? With TCM2, what came after it? So I just want to make sure I explain that so people know
all right. Well, about. See, okay. Because I did like the TCMs after this one a little bit more here and there. Okay. All right. Yeah. I guess this is an easy street because we know what comes after this one. We've got Freddy being a damn Looney Tune and so forth. So with it stated like that, I'm gonna have to say Nightmare on Elm Street. There's your boy, Mr. Happy himself.
Okay, all right. Eric, how about you, man?
Which was the franchise derailer? I'm going with TCM2. Give that the negative point, and here's why. There's more following TCM that I think I just don't like. I am bored to death with the Next Generation. I can take or leave the Netflix one. The Leatherface prequel is okay. You know what I mean? Do your thing, cuz we got that one, which isn't awful, but still it's not great. Sure, after Elm Street 5, we have Bugs Bunny, but after Bugs Bunny, we have New Nightmare, which I think kicks the ass of Freddy's Dead and brings the franchise around. And then the only thing following that is the remake, which, people don't like it, but I think there's more that are worse on TCM side than Freddy's.
Okay. All right. And Coriander, you let us know if you're voting for that one. I don't see it in the chat yet. Rick saying Nightmare. Oh, maybe she did. Okay. So she says Nightmare. Okay. Mike saying Freddy 5 because after that was Freddy's Dead. That was so garbage.
Yeah, but we had New Nightmare.
Yeah, that begs a good question, and I agree with Eric. Did that derail it because there's not much after,
Yeah.
that Freddy movie. Whereas
Yeah.
TCM,
Well, I think, this is how I look at it. I definitely think that that after uh Nightmare 5, I think it was just like they were just trying to pick up the pieces. To me, that was the biggest derailer, because Freddy's Dead just, I mean, we've talked about Freddy's Dead, and obviously there's some good things to it, but there's some stuff in it that is just like, wow, what are we doing? And Wes tried to save it with New Nightmare, which is a really great movie, but I don't think the franchise ever found its footing. Whereas with TCM, they were able to find their footing with some of the sequels. I think 3 is kind of underrated, to be quite honest.
3 is my favorite. Yeah.
It's not a bad movie at all, really. Next Generation, that's a different story, but then we have the remake and the prequel to the remake, which I thought were really strong. So, so that's where I'm going with that one. Jennifer coming in, $10 super chat saying TCM2 ruined the franchise. Oh God,
Jennifer knows what's up.
So Jennifer, are you putting that 10 points to Nightmare or to TCM? You got to let me know.
Yeah. So does that take it? Let's just play devil's advocate. Let's just say she says it's going, it's saying TCM is the derailer. Does that take 10 away from TCM, or does it just give 10 to Freddy? Okay.
Yeah, it'll take away. So Jennifer, let me know if you're putting that 10. Thank you so much, by the way, for the super chat. We really do appreciate it. Helps out so much, allows us to do streams like this as much as we do. But let me know if you're putting those 10 points towards Elm Street because of the fact that TCM ruined the franchise, or if it's the other way around. And let me just make sure I catch it to the chat. Man, you guys are working tonight. Antonio's in the chat saying Nightmare 5 is awful. Right. Friday is saying, I think Freddy's Dead is better than The Dream Child. Ooh. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Wow. D is saying TCM. All right. Elm Street's Last Brat saying good points to Eric made. All right. Troy saying TCM. Pretty much every single one afterwards sucked. Wow. Even the remake?
I love the remake.
Wow.
Yeah, I love the remake.
Yeah, I think it's really, really good. All right. Jennifer says 10 points to Nightmare. Give it to Freddy. Okay. Well, there's a chance now. So you're saying there's a chance. Wow. That I'm telling you guys, it might happen. Who knows? I think it's gonna be down to the wire, but it was looking bad for Nightmare for a little whiles there. May. I know, right? It's too funny. And let me just see. Troy saying, but that's more on all the sequels than what Toby did. Yeah, I agree with that. No doubt.
True.
No doubt at all. Yeah. Okay, next up, we've got the Stinger. The Stinger at the end. So for this one, we just want to basically talk about which one do you think was a more creative stinger or that you liked better. So obviously at the end of Nightmare, it's actually 2 stingers in the way with Amanda and also at the playground. And obviously for TCM2 at the end, Stretch going crazy. So Kill, what do you think?
For me, I'm there's no lying here. I got to go with TCM on this one because, you were with Stretch throughout this movie and everything that she went through. And for her to finally go insane after all that, it gives it a little weight. It gives it a little reality because, that's probably what would happen. That's probably what happened with Sally at the end of the first one. I mean, to go through all of that, it's a lot. And for them to put that as a stinger, I got to give them props for it. So, yeah, I'm going with TCM.
Okay. All right. How about you, Eric?
I'm going with Dream Child because I think it's a stinger with Freddy trying to claw his way out of his own mom's womb.
Yes.
I think it's a stinger after all that, this happy picnic in the park, and you still got the jump rope girls. No disrespect to Stretch and everything she went to. Her going crazy is expected. I didn't really think it was a shock. You know what I mean? So
Okay. All right. Coriander, if you're voting for this one, definitely let us know. Yes, and she's going with Nightmare on this one. Rick going with TCM. Ronan going with TCM. Hales going with TCM. Antonio is going with TCM. Wow. All right. Sir James coming in. $10, man.
Man,
Man. Wow, bro.
good
Oh
lord.
man, he is not joking tonight. I kid you not, guys. I'm telling you, Sir James is holding the torch for TCM
Is he trying to
alive.
pay for your guys' plane tickets or something?
Single-handedly, man. This is crazy. Saying this stream is awesome. Love the topics, not the same boring stuff. You guys rock. Well, thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
man. We enjoy talking movies, man, and this is just a really fun way to do it and kind of put us in a different position to sometimes give credit to movies that we necessarily don't give credit to, for certain reasons. So
Just to
all right.
say, it does feel good, but the fact that people are willing to give money and not just be just to to be nice, you know what I mean, but the fact that
Yes.
we are entertaining them, and some of the amounts of money people are giving due to these streams, it does say a lot. So I really do appreciate that. It
Yeah,
shows we're doing something
absolutely,
good
man.
and we're really entertaining people.
Yeah, I mean, to be quite honest, this was never really planned to be an ongoing series. In my mind, it was something to do that was, for fun, and I thought it'd be great, for us to do something a little bit different, and
Mhm.
obviously a great way to have Eric join us as well,
Yeah.
and just the audience interaction and the comments and the messages that have been sent to us and stuff like that. It's really become something that I never knew would continue, and that's
Mhm.
that's why we keep doing it. Is because you guys seem to enjoy it so much, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
we really
Night,
appreciate.
me and you are always
Yeah,
texting each other offline about it. What's
that's
happening
right.
next.
That's right. And trying to plan it and trying to, yeah. And we got some really cool stuff coming up too, which we'll talk about in a moment too. Uh, Brandon, he's not done, man. He's like 5 more points.
Good
Following
God.
James, much love to the Nightwatch Zone fam for the work and the love you put into these streams. Oh, thanks,
Thank
man.
you.
Thank
Give
you,
it to
man.
the Dream Child. Thanks a lot, man. We really thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I can say. Thank you,
Mhm.
man. We appreciate that seriously. Elm Street's Last Brad coming in, $10, voting for the Dream Child. Guys, I'm telling you what.
Get that calculator back out now.
I'm just saying, man, if you're a fan of the Dream Child, there is some hope. There is some hope. Wow, that is crazy. Oh, man. Antonio, thank you so much, Elm Street's Last Brad, too. Thank you so much. We
Mhm.
appreciate the support, and
Mhm.
obviously being a member too really makes a difference for us. Antonio saying Super Freddy sucks.
I liked him.
Okay. Yeah. More loco than a madman.
Mhm.
Friday saying these streams are great. Love to see others' opinions on these films. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. And May, thank you for putting Eric's link in the chat again. If you guys haven't subscribed to
Thank you.
Eric's channel, Hey Internet Eric here, make sure you guys do that. Eric is awesome.
Mhm.
We love him. Such a great friend. That's why we have him on as much as we do, because it's just so much fun. It really is, and he's literally part of the family, and it's really cool that he takes the
Appreciate
time
it.
to be with us. So definitely, yeah, man.
And I'm just gonna throw this out there: 3 more subs, and I'm at 1,100. So
Yeah, boy, that's awesome, man. That is awesome stuff.
but I do
man,
appreciate,
seriously.
everyone promoting me, and then all the new subs I've gotten from, the Battleworld and all the other streams I've done with you guys. So it's appreciated to this channel, and then everyone who is in the chat too. So
Yeah, man, absolutely, man. I mean, you're awesome, bro. Seriously, really. There's no doubt about that. We love having you here. James coming in with a $10 super chat. Freddy's dead. TCM saw over the power glove. Wow. That is crazy stuff, man. I don't even know, man.
he is
This
determined.
He is, man. He is not playing around. This is absolutely crazy. I'm like looking at all this, and it's like, wow. It's crazy.
I hate to see your notepad right now with all the tally marks.
I'm telling you, man, it's rough here, but in a great way, because it's just so much interaction. Like you said earlier, who would have thought, that these films? But I mean, we've seen it before in some of our other episodes where we had films that were really niche, and people really felt strongly one way or the other. So it's really cool to see that too, because sometimes these are films that don't get enough light, and you guys know how I am, Eric. You're definitely like that too with your content, talking about some films and giving some light to films that aren't always, at the front of people's minds. So definitely some cool stuff. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to start tallying this up. This is going to be absolutely nuts. It's going to take a moment.
All right, Kill, you got about 10 minutes to spare?
So
brother.
let me do this too while I'm counting, since we do have a moment, and I got to make sure I give some credit to our good friend Steven too, because we're gonna be doing this Halloween Fest too. I'm gonna play our quick little trailer for it, and that'll give me some more time to. Oh, whoa, hold on.
Yeah, you got
Jennifer's coming in $5. You see the emojis? See him too. She's got the yuck face. Freddie is the GOAT. Wow. Jennifer,
hold on, but hold on. Don't hit that promo yet.
We appreciate, seriously. Thank you so much. For all the support you given tonight too, Jennifer. We really appreciate that, and it means a lot, though. Seriously, when we say that, it really does. And she's going all out for Freddie, man. That's really cool stuff, man. Sir James again.
Yeah,
he's going all out for leather. Jeez, let's go. Oh man, thanks so much, man. I don't even know what to say, man. I really don't. Thank you so much, James. Seriously, man. Oh my gosh. Brandon coming in, $2 super chat. The last stand. I like that. That's just nice and simple. The last stand. Wow. All right. So look, guys. Jennifer says, yes, Brandon. Listen, all I can say is, this is crazy. I don't even know it. I'm actually speechless. This is too crazy. Ronan said, night. I'll see you next week when you get done counting. Yeah, I know, man. I know. This is wow. That's all I gotta say. All right. You guys, the support that you guys have given tonight is really it's overwhelming.
Yeah,
the support you guys have for your passion for these two films. This will be an interesting count, man, because it's oh my god, definitely heavy-handed. I love it though. But listen, let me just play this quick trailer for what's going to be coming up tomorrow night for Halloween Fest. If you guys haven't heard about it, we're gonna be rocking and rolling. So check this out while I do some counting. When we come back, Eric, Kill, have you guys just let us know what you think. Let the audience know what you think some more. And obviously, in case anything else comes up, I'll be ready for that too. All right. So here's the trailer for Halloween Fest. Here we go.
Last year, Haddonfield and you were shown the shape of fear.
This fall, Craven Something Scary and the Nightwatch Zone will take you beyond the edge of terror.
Not once.
Not twice.
But 13 times.
Every shadow.
Every mask.
Every stab.
Every kill.
Behind every tree.
Inside every closet.
Down every hallway. Michael Myers is the
boogeyman.
And you can't kill
the boogeyman. Halloween Fest 2.
Beginning September 13th, 2023.
Visit the Nightwatch Zone and Craven Something Scary for more details.
Yeah, buddy. Let's go. I can't wait.
Cool.
All right, guys. Let us know some of your thoughts for a moment or two, man.
Oh man, where do I start with this? Look, hey, first off, everybody in the chat, thank you so much for your super chats. Thank you so much for your comments and your passion. And Eric, you've said it earlier. I said it midway through the show, but I just got to say it again. Who would have thought?
Yeah,
these two movies of these two respected franchises would have this much passion in this episode. Coriander, you missed this one, and seriously, I was not expecting that. But this has been so fun, and that's the really cool thing about us doing these. We really get to break the movies down line by line, scene by scene, every little detail, and you just never know. You never know, Eric.
Yeah, like we said, this is these streams, these battle worlds are always fun for me, but this is the most fun I've had in a long time. Just with all the unexpectedness, with the chat, with what we've had to say. Like, I didn't expect from you, Kill, personally, because I know you don't like Hokey Freddy so much. You being forced to pick Dream Child so much, but that's what I love about this. Sure, it showed how much I enjoyed Dream Child. But it killed me that one time when I was forced to pick for TCM2. And that's what I like about these streams, because you have to be fair no matter how much you love a movie.
Mm-hmm.
If fair is fair. There's no lying here. That should be on the next Nightwatch Zone t-shirt. You know what I mean? That's what I really love about these, because, we don't bullshit. We know whether we want to or not, we're going to vote for the movie that we really think deserves it. And it brings out the most interesting conversations. Whether you even, we're missing her tonight, but, how many times since we've started Battleworld has Coriander threatened me because she doesn't agree with something? That's what makes this fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or just, the disagreements we have, it just makes the fun conversation. So.
Oh yeah. And I mean, the beautiful thing is we truly love both of these movies.
Mm-hmm.
we love horror movies. And like you were saying, it wasn't killing me to keep going with Nightmare, because Nightmare deserved it.
Right.
And when TCM deserved it, there's no lying here. I can't just,
mm-hmm.
Just blindly keep choosing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I love about this format. It forces us to make
mm-hmm.
those hard decisions. It forces us to even sometimes vote against our best interest for the film we may be ultimately rooting for.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's just what makes it so great. And then, of course, all of you guys, you help make this great. And will we ever see this again where we have points on the board before we even start the categories? We were tied 5-5 respectively for both of these movies before we even started the first category. That blew me away off the bat.
I can see it now down the road, depending on which person is on which side of the ring, because we'll get to it before night reveals the winner. Why tonight is very important, but some of these people who love these characters, Leatherface, Freddy, Michael, Jason, even the tall man, you know what I mean? They are willing to give their hard-earned money to make sure their favorite characters win. And just like I was blown away, the fact that people were placing money on their bets before we even introduced anyone. You know what I mean? So that shows me, honestly, the anticipation the chat is getting for these episodes. You know what I mean? So that shows me that we are doing something right. You know what I mean? Because they're looking forward to making sure, damn it, Leatherface is going to win. Oh, no, I got you, Freddy. Hold my beer. Like we were saying, okay, I'm shutting down the bar, that type of thing. And that interaction just makes it much more fun. But I definitely seeing how, depending on who's going against who, it's going to happen again.
Well, guys, we got...
Uh-oh.
Oh man, this is crazy. First of all, let me just say to you guys, seriously, thank you so much for tonight, and also thank you guys for repping Halloween Fest 2 coming up. We really appreciate that. There's been a lot of planning going into that, and it's truly going to be it's going to be really really cool, and it's a really big commitment because it's several weeks, multiple
Mhm.
times a week that we're going to be just doing our thing, man. So we really appreciate that. Ronin said I'm going to be there for every single one. That's awesome, man. Thank you so much. And May, thank you for reminding people all of the live streams for Halloween Fest 2 are up on the channel on the front page. It'd be great that if you guys get a chance, give those a like. That would really, really get us set up for success starting off. I know I got to count all these numbers. You guys are watch this, man. It's got to be crazy. And also, May, thanks for putting our buddy Steven's link in the chat too. No doubt,
Yeah.
no doubt.
Love me some
Jennifer
Steven.
saying definitely a great chat. Oh, absolutely. He's amazing. Like I always said, people like Eric and Steven, you guys are just not only awesome people, but really, really good friends. And you guys, mean so much to us. Seriously. No doubt about that. Jennifer saying definitely a great chat tonight. Going to tune in a lot more. Well, thank you so much, Jennifer. We
Good.
appreciate that.
Appreciate
We
that.
appreciate you. Glad you're having fun and enjoying this community. That's what we're all about. And yeah, every week, Tuesday nights, Battleworld, Monday nights, Coriander and I doing Slasher Movie Club, which is also it's pretty wacky. We're talking about movies that sometimes are just I'll just put that out there. And of course, a lot of other things that we do too. And Brandon, thank you so much, man. Always being very generous to everyone in the community, welcoming Jennifer to the Nightwatch. Very, very cool. Very cool. Mike's going to be coming to Halloween Fest. Thank you so much. We appreciate that so much. It's going to be a blast. No doubt. No doubt. Sir James said I need to become a member.
Bro, you're the president.
I know, man. It's awesome, man. We appreciate you being here all the time, man. Seriously. And it's so much fun. Just having you here and all the great comments and everything, man. It's awesome. And Brandon, once again, striking the iron while it's hot, gifting another membership. Wow. So cool, man. And it went to Jason. All right. Very, very cool, man. Thank you so much. All right. Well, let me stop delaying the inevitable. Let me just say this. First of all, I had to count this 3 times, man.
Bet.
This is crazy. This is not only one of the craziest streams that we've had, but I kid you guys not. When I tell you guys the score, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Okay. I don't even know how to do this. I got to start coming up with the idea on this one, Eric, how to do this one. Let me just put the winner up first and then explain, okay?
Okay.
There was a score of 161 to 165.
Bullshit. Really that close?
That is the difference, guys.
Wow.
So let me just say this too. For you guys in the chat, and we're having fun with this, and obviously, just talking and having fun. But for those who do get super, super passionate, and we've seen that in multiple streams, and we saw that tonight, it truly shows that every little bit counts. This is absolutely crazy. 161 to 165.
Wow.
Okay. Let me ask you something. Don't say who you think, but do you guys think you have an idea who won?
Honestly, no. With it being that close, I don't. I really have no idea. But the winner of this match it's a very important one because of what's happening next week.
This surprised the heck out of me. The winner for tonight in this Battleworld episode is Freddie.
Wow.
Freddie pulled it off barely.
Wow.
Bro, listen.
I was not thinking that.
Oh, holy shit.
Listen. And let me just say this. And this is all for fun, guys. We're just having fun. And obviously, for you guys that have been around for all of our episodes on Battleworld. By the way, if you haven't watched all of our episodes, please check them out. I got the playlist under the playlist portion of the channel. We've got all of our Battleworld episodes. obviously, Freddy, we've done multiple episodes with Nightmare on Elm Street. So, stands a reason it's not the last time we're going to see him. But it's just interesting which films have won and which ones have lost.
Yeah.
It's absolutely crazy.
Wow.
And let me just say, Sir James tried his damnedest, man. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Single-handedly, because do you guys want to know what the score was panel-wise, which included the negative categories? Panel-wise was 62-7. Can you believe that?
Holy crap.
Sir James single-handedly almost got Leatherface into the number. I mean, seriously, that is crazy shit, man. I'm like beside myself here, man.
Wow.
That is so crazy, man. Mayan coming in, Sir James will be having nightmares tonight. You guys are crazy. Brandon saying, Sir James, excellent match, brother. Absolutely, you guys, and even Sir James, that's awesome, brother. We appreciate you guys, and congratulations to Freddie. Barely. Ronan said Freddie cheated. He had plaster in his glove. He used steroids. The judges were paid off. Hey, there you go.
Super Freddie was on the juice. That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, Super Freddie. That's right. Listen, man, this was a crazy episode. But the thing that's even crazier is this was to set up the #1 contender match that we will be having next week. You guys all know who the champ is. Here's the champ. There he is. The crisp mask, man. The crisp one killed. You do it. So next week, I guess this is fitting, guys. At least, well, we're all from the same generation, but this is fitting, guys, because Freddie will go up against someone to see who gets the title shot against Jason Voorhees. And you know who he's going up against, Kill? Next week.
I got an idea.
Freddie is going up. You know who it is, boy. He's going up.
Oh, shit, man. Charlie, where the fuck you been at, man? Don't you know we've been looking all over this motherfucker for you?
There it is. The Trinity lives, bro. Is that not awesome shit?
That's just fitting.
This, you couldn't have scripted this. The Trinity lives, man. Michael versus Freddie next week to see who gets the title shot in Crystal Lake. Wow.
That's right.
Wow.
These two boys better bring their A game next week.
Guys, all I'm saying is next week, and I don't want to say it yet. All I can say is this. It's two amazing films. That's all I'm going to say. And you should already know what those two films are. Next week is going to be crazy. That's all I'm going to say. Get yourselves ready next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Seriously. But this has been crazy, guys. I can't believe it. You guys in the chat like, yes. Even Coriander's like, what? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Brandon is happy. Oh my God. This was crazy, man. This was awesome stuff, guys. Wow. Ronan said Michael might take it all. He might. I don't know. He is the shape. He is the shape. He's been fighting.
I've just been thinking, this is like, take out the super chats. This is the biggest difference panel wise we've ever had.
Yes.
No disrespect to Leatherface, but 7?
Yes.
That's inexcusable. That's inexcusable.
Well, when we had those negatives, man, and you guys were going for Freddie, I was like, damn, you guys are putting Leatherface down, man. I mean, point wise, I kept seeing it go down. I was like, man, it's just crazy stuff, man. James with another $2 super chat. I need shots for this, right? Oh my God.
Get yourself a nice bowl of chili. You'll be okay.
Much love, man. Seriously, all you guys and all you guys that have shown up, and especially all you guys that are members too. You guys have been so good at supporting us all the time, every time. Ronan, Brandon, May, Val, all you guys, and so many more. Thank you guys as well. It really makes a difference and makes these streams that much more special. You know, we love it when we see you guys here. But anyways, we're gonna end it there, man. This was great. I almost think we almost need a stream to just kind of absorb all this. I'm like,
we gotta process this.
We've done this is like our 14th Battleworld, something like that. We've had a lot.
Yeah, we've done a
lot. I would have never thought this would have been the one to literally put it speechless and to have such the passion from the chat. And it was divided, man. There was a lot of people on both sides of the fence, man. So anyways, guys, we love you guys so much. Thank you so much for the support again. Again, tomorrow night starts Halloween Fest. Get yourselves ready. And next week, number one contender match. It's going to be awesome. So anyways, we will catch you guys later. Congrats to Freddie. If you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you are the Nightwatch. Peace out, guys.
Cheers.
Peace.